let's hear Premila's story through her own words. And also, if you guys have any questions, keep adding those at the chat section, and Premila will address those at the end. And please turn on your cameras to cheer for our speaker and also support her to make her feel comfortable. And Premila, thank you for taking the time to join us today and doing this with us. So yeah, let's get started, and please tell us a bit more about yourself and your story, how you got started. What's your background like?
Thank you everyone for joining. First of all, I'm Premila. I'm Premila Paul. So I'm born and brought up in Pasighat, Arunachal Pradesh. I did my whole schooling in Arunachal, and I went out of Arunachal on year 2014. So 2014 to 2018, I was in Noida. I was pursuing my nursing career. I did my BSc nursing there. So yeah, after 2018, I started working in Indraprastha Apollo Hospital, New Delhi. I worked there for the last 3 years, and I was quite comfortable too with my job, to be honest. And that's when I decided I need to come out of my comfort zone and work somewhere else. So the UK idea was really random, to be honest. Yeah, so I'm just going to share you the whole journey, how I became Indian RN to a UK RN. To be honest, I don't know about you people. You might be really enthusiastic to, join nursing, helping people. But for me, it was really random. I was doing my schooling. I was completing my schooling, and I was thinking what career I should choose. So that's when I decided I should choose nursing. The reason was like I was really bad with my maths. I was like really, really, really poor, very poor. And I was thinking, what kind of professional courses there where I don't really have to choose maths? And then I was doing my own research, and that's how I came to know about nursing. I look out for the subjects that are included in nursing, and there was anatomy and physiology, which is one of my favorite subjects. I'm very interested in biology. So that's when I decided, okay, I must take nursing because it's in my area of interest. So that's how I chose nursing. So after nursing, on my first year of nursing, I was quite confused because no one is there in my family background who is from a medical profession. And when I chose and I was started my school class. Nursing is really vast, to be honest. So after that, I did my course. I completed my course, and I decided to join Indraprastha Apollo Hospital, New Delhi. So Indraprastha Apollo Hospital is one of the most reputed hospital in New Delhi. So I decided maybe I can upgrade my knowledge if I join Indraprastha Apollo. So it was just random. I went to a walk-in interview. I got selected. I worked in an ICU in Apollo Hospital for last 3 years. I was working in medical ICU. I was very comfortable. For first 6 months, I was quite not sure whether I should be a bedside nurse. I was thinking maybe there is no scope. Maybe I have to be a bedside nurse for the rest of my life. So 6 months went by, 1 year, and then as time passes, I completed 3 years, and I was quite comfortable with the job. To be really, really, really honest, why I choose to move abroad was money. I know profession matter as well, but it was money. I spent my last 3 years in Apollo Hospital, and I didn't even save a penny, to be honest. Not even a single penny. Whatever I'm earning, I'm giving in my rent, my groceries, my daily activities on the activities of daily living. So I didn't save in a penny. I couldn't support my family because I didn't have enough for myself. How can I support my family? So I was, doing my own research, and I find out that, the nurses are moving to abroad and they're earning well. Why don't I try to do it once? But I belong to a middle class family. I don't have a very good financial condition, because OET, if you're appearing for OET, if you're doing the whole process, it costs some amount of money. the OET itself is 30, 40, 30 to 35K, 35,000. So you have to get a lot of courage to do that, right? So that's what happened to me. The challenges, that's how I started my journey. And what motivated, I told you, it was money, to be honest, that motivated me, and to upgrade my skills as well. And the challenges that I faced was to leave my job, to be honest, because leaving a job is difficult when you are so comfortable with the job. They say that when you are too comfortable in a job, it's like a trap. It's very difficult to come out of it. So same thing happened to me. I had self-doubts. I was thinking, what if I leave this job and try to do OET, and if I won't be able to pass my OET, I have to come back and start the same job again. So I had these double thoughts, I had this self-doubt and everything. But I still took the courage and I left the job, and I'm here in UK now, and I don't regret a single decision that I made that time. So this is all about me, my background, what I experienced, how my whole journey started, what motivated me, and what challenge I faced during the whole time. So during the whole, yeah,
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 Prem,
yes, ma'am.
just one question.
Yeah.
You said you learned about going to abroad. Like,
Mhm.
were there other people who influenced that knowledge in you, exposure in you? Like, did you meet people in hospitals who were doing that? You have seen that, and that's how you got to know? Like, how did you get to know about this
Y-
thing?
yes, because people from our northeast, they don't really move abroad much, especially in the career of nursing. So when I joined Apollo, we had lots of nurses from South India. South India are like the hub of doing nursing and then moving abroad for upgrading their life and all those, nursing and their career as well. So not from my ICU, but I have seen some of the people from the hospital leaving, and then I'm very active in Instagram, to be honest. So I can see people updating status in Instagram. Oh, they're enjoying their life in abroad. How? Last year, they were here in my hospital, and how come they are in abroad right now? So, curiosity. So that's how I did my own research. I was like, okay, people are moving abroad. What's the process of moving abroad? Okay, you have to clear an English test. What's happened after the English test? I was blank. So that's why I was blank, and no one was there to support me. No one was there to clear my doubts. I did everything myself. But I don't want people to face the same problem. So that's the reason we are holding this session, so that at least you people have some idea how it is done, what are the challenges that you will face, so you will be prepared for, everything. So actually, that's the main reason we are holding this session. And I would be clear with you people that I'm working in UK, so I will be discussing things about Indian RN to a UK RN. I won't be really able to discuss to you about how the nursing thing is in Canada, in Australia. I can only tell you about the nursing thing in UK. Yeah. But if you people are really curious about other countries as well, I can give you some information. It's not really different from the UK process, but it's slightly different. So if you people are curious about other country as well, you can drop it in the chat section, and we can discuss it later in the Q&A sessions, if that makes sense. Yeah.
So, I'll move on to next. You have
Yeah.
something to add? Yeah. So, yeah, you have worked at Delhi, and also now you're working at London. If you could share a little bit about how's the work environment like? Is it any different? Any challenges you face? If you could start from there.
Yeah, sure. I will, before I start this slide, I might use some medical terms or other terminologies related to UK. I may use some abbreviation as well. So in case you people don't understand it, please left a message in the chat box so that I can clear it up for you people, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, just in case you don't know any of the word, you didn't understand my words or something, just leave it in the chat box. I would clear it at the same time. But if you have questions related to it, we can discuss it later in the Q&A sessions. Okay. So the work environment here, because I've worked in Delhi and I have worked in a very stressful ICU. Compared to that ICU, I'm still working in a trauma ICU here in UK. It's less stressful, to be honest. It's very organized. Everyone does their work in time. They are so responsible doing their own work. They do their work on time. You don't have to chase people here to do their work. They know their role, they know their responsibility, and they do it on time. So you don't really have to chase people to do their work. And I don't know about the hospital that you people are working right now, but the place that I work, so we don't have a lots of medications inside the ITU. So if the patient, we get a new admission, we have to order the medication from pharmacy, and the pharmacy will take around 30-45 minutes to an hour to dispatch medication. And we don't have any supplies. So we have to either order it from the material pharmacy, or we can ask the patient's family member, give a list of things and bring it from the pharmacy. So that's how it used to work in India. But here in UK, you have your own pharmacy in your own unit. So literally we have in my ICU is 32-bedded ICU, and we have 4 pharmacy in our own ICU. So you don't have to rush to pharmacy. You don't have to ask your patient attendant. You can just walk into the pharmacy, grab your own medication. That's it. So it's easy as that, less stressful, right? That's what I meant. And then you have the supply rooms. You can go to the supply room, take whatever you want, and then that's it, used for the patient. So that's why it's called less stressful here. And apart from that, the work politics. So we work here as a team. And when I say as a team, it's like a proper team. We don't work for the consultant. We don't work for the doctors. We work here with the consultant and with the doctors. It's like you have your own roles, you have your own responsibility, and your opinion matters here. Where I was working previously, you have to call the doctors all the time. So it's like patient is having this, you have to call the doctors. Oh, the patient is having this, I'm having this problem. Can you help me out? Can you sort this out? No, it's not like here, we don't do this. You are the nurse, you are the one who is responsible for your patient. You do your own thing. You don't have to call the doctors. Unless it's out of your hands, you don't have to call the doctors. There are certain standard of practice. So when you come here in UK, they will give you time for like 1-2 months to study all the SOPs. SOP stands for standard of practice. That's here in every hospital that you will work. So they have certain SOPs. You have to study the SOP. You have to do your own work. You don't have to call the doctors for doing anything. So that's how it works here. And even if the doctor is here, he's doing something, but you feel like, okay, no, I think that's wrong. You can voice it. You can just voice yourself and you can say that, no, doctor, I think what you're doing is nothing, it's not really helping. So we might do this in that way. So the doctor will listen. Your opinion matters here. They will do listen. So that's how it works here. And apart from that, we don't have a blame culture here. We don't really blame each other for anything. No matter if the patient had something bad happen, someone missed a medication or anything happened with the patient, we don't do blame here. We don't blame anyone here. If something went wrong, you report the incident that this thing happened at this hour. You don't mention anyone's name here. So there is no blame culture here. Something bad happened, the senior will investigate, but we don't blame each other at all here, which is actually a very good thing, because where I worked before, it was a toxic culture. People blame each other for everything that went wrong, and we don't follow here in UK. Apart from that, we have zero tolerance about staff abuse, no matter if the abuse is from the doctor, from the consultant, from the patient, or the family members. We don't tolerate staff abuse. We take very strict action at the same time. It can involve either the police or even the prison, but we do take very strict action against the staff abuse, because where I worked previously, they will dismiss the whole thing, to be honest. If something happened to the staff, they will dismiss the whole thing. But here, it's very strict, and it's safer for the nurses as well. Okay, so I hope I'm clear here. No one has any questions regarding anything? Yeah. Let's move on to working hours. Working hour is very flexible. We come here in skilled worker visa, so we have some amount of restricted working hours. So you work only 37.5 hours in a week. So it's like you only work for 3 days for 3 weeks and just 1 week with 4 days. So it's like 3 to 4 days, just 3 to 4 days a week. And the shift is for 12 hours. 12-hour shift for 3 to 4 days in a week. That's it. If you want, you can work extra hour. You can work extra 20 additional hours, and you will be paid double for that hours. So it depends on you. You want to earn money, work extra hour, be rich. And then that's all about the working hours. It depends on you whether you want to work night shift or you want to work day shift. I prefer night shift. It's more calm. There is no patient. There is no family members. You can do your own thing nicely. So I prefer night shift, but some staff do prefer long shifts, day shifts. So it totally depends on you what you want. And it's flexible even if you choose day shift, night shift, any other shift. Okay, that's about the working hours. So next we will move to various fields of nursing in UK. In India, when I was in India, I couldn't think about any nursing field in India. I was only a bedside nurse. And apart from that, there was a nursing educator who used to teach the new freshers, right? And there were some people who used to do, not the people. And there are some nurses who are doing masters in nursing in various fields, pediatric, medical, surgical, psychiatry. Please drop some comment in the chat section if you know various field of nursing in India, apart from bedside, being a nursing educator, being someone with an MSc degree, working as a lecturer. If you people have idea, please drop it in the comment section. I would like to know, because for me, I didn't have much idea about the various nursing field in India. If any one of you know, please. I don't have any answer yet. No? So that's the answer. You got the answer. You got the answer itself, right? We don't have much there in India. But when I came here, I'm still working as a bedside nurse. But when I came here, I came to know that, we have a vascular access nurse. What is a vascular access nurse? Vascular access nurse are the nurses who insert PICC lines. PICC line stands for peripherally inserted central line. And I was thinking, back home, only the doctors were allowed to insert PICC lines. But here, the nurses can do it. So they are called the vascular nurses. They will look after patients who need access, who have difficult to get access, and they get the access. So they are called the vascular nurses. Vascular nurses, and next is tissue viability nurses. What is the tissue viability nurse? We had some in India, I do remember. Only bedside nurse. Yes, only bedside nurse. That's the one. And we are like, oh, we are bored of bedside nurse. That's what happens. Tissue viability nurse. Tissue viability nurse is the nurses who looked after patients who have bed sores or patients who are very vulnerable to develop bed sores, pressure ulcers, patients who are ventilated, sedated in a bed for months and months. So tissue viability nurses go to each bedside, keep an update on patients who are there for months to check if they have developed any bed sore. If there is any bed sore, they will let the bedside nurse know what intervention has to be done. So that's the role of tissue viability nurse. Another nurse can be spinal nurse. What is spinal nurse? You have a very long spinal cord, everyone, and when you fall, you break it into pieces sometimes, which is actually very life-threatening. So the spinal nurse take care of patient who has spinal injury, spinal cord injury, and it's actually very tricky. The spinal cord injury is very tricky thing. So the spinal nurse give the bedside nurses education on properly how to take care of a patient with spinal cord injury. So they have their own specialty. So these are like the various nursing field here in UK. And this is just 3 that I have explained to you right now. There are lots and lots of field. There are outreach nurses, there are pain nurses. Pain nurses are the ones who look after patients with a chronic pain, patients who are on infusions, epidurals, and all these things. So various field. You can come here and you can find out your own interest and leave bedside nurse and choose something else. If you are not interested in bedside nursing, you have an option here. So what happens is that if you choose this various field, you can leave bedside nursing. These nurses are like consultants. So what you have to do is, if I am the bedside nurse, suppose I am the bedside nurse, I will give a reference to the vascular nurse. Or I can just give a call. I can tell them that my patient is having difficulty getting an access. Can you come by the ICU bed number this and just look at my patient once? They will just come, they will look at the patient, they will assess, they will go. That's their work. They will do their work, they will go. They don't have to be there 12 hours with the patient. So that's what I'm saying. If you are bored of doing bedside nursing at India, you can come here, you can do your own research, find your own interest, leave bedside nurse and do something else. I'm currently trying to be a vascular nurse. I'm doing a course. It's just for a few months. It's for 9 months. You can do your own course. You can leave bedside. You can be a vascular nurse or any other nurse that you want. All right. Okay. On salary. Yeah.
Yeah, stop you for. So you said you're taking a course right now, vascular nursing course. Is it something that the hospital provides a course, or is it something you have to work?
That's the thing. So when you come here in UK, if you want to do something, the hospital will be providing everything. They will fund you the course fees, everything. There is a thing called as the critical care course as well, which is also a 9-month course, and then the hospital will provide you the money and everything for the course. So you don't have to spend even 1 penny from your own pocket for the course.
Good. So
you just
you identify a field that you're interested in, and then you just have to let the hospital know that I want to be
you have because in all the hospital there are educators, just like we have in India the nursing educators. Same, we have educators here, but these educators will help you to find that field and the things you have to do before you apply the course. So they will guide you throughout the process. That suppose I told them that I want to do a vascular nursing, they were like, okay, you have to go through competencies. Competencies is like qualifications. You have to qualify in this and that, and then you will find out. Then only you can join the course. Can you give me some suggestions for the courses if I want to do anywhere online here in India? We can discuss it later at the Q&A session, because if I started explaining you how to do it, it will be quite lengthy, it will be vast, and then we won't be able to cover up the whole topic. If that makes, do me if that makes sense. I can discuss it later with you, and then, because I don't want to skip some of the part here, so maybe we can discuss it later after the session. Yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah, so you can do some of the courses as well from there, but it will be fun. You have to do it yourself with your own money. You can't do it with the hospital funded money. That's the only difference. All right. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Shall we move to the salary differentiation then? Yeah. Salary differentiation. I won't be. I don't think I'm allowed to tell you my salary in numbers, but just in a figure, I earn 11 times more than what I was earning back home. So you all can estimate your salary now. You can multiply your salary with 11, and then that's your salary. So that's what happened. Someone is raising her hand. Please use the chat box if you want to ask something or you didn't understand something. Please use the chat box. As far as I know, online course for nursing is not yet approved by INC. So that's why I said, let's discuss it later at the end of the conversation, the whole courses. Because if something is there and I will miscommunicate or I'll give you misinformation, that it will be wrong. I want to be double sure when I'm answering your questions. That's why I'm saying, let's discuss it later at the end of the conversation. Is that fine, Onya and Dumi? I want an answer. Is that all right, Onya and Dumi, if we discuss it later about the courses that you can do or you can't do online and what INC has approved or not? Yep. All right. Okay. All right. I think I have told about the salary differentiation already. Yeah. All right. Let's move to the next one. Qualification. The qualification that you need to be in UK. Very minimum, very basic thing, which is your degree or diploma. So either BSc, GNM, post BSc, MSc, doesn't matter. You can apply it. All you have to do is you need to get the transcript record of your nursing. That's the main thing that you need, actually, the transcript record of your nursing. So you have your degree, you have your diploma, you have your state nursing registration. So any state you are working, doesn't matter. You must be registered to one of the state that you are working, and you need the state registration certificate. I was working in Delhi, so I had only one state registration, which was Delhi Nursing Council. So if you are working in Arunachal, what is the council? Arunachal Nursing Council, maybe. If you're working in Assam, maybe the Assam Council. So that's it. That's the registration we want. Work experience and work certificate. So for UK, you just need 6 months to 1 year of experience. Nothing more than that. Sometimes some of the hospital in UK do take fresher as well, but I will highly recommend you to at least get a 6 months of experience in some hospital before you join UK. Because in my own experience, I have seen people struggling a lot when they are coming here as a fresher. So just for that, get an experience certificate for 6 months to 1 year. And just to remind you, You must have experience of bedside nurse in a hospital more than 100 bedded. So you can don't accept if you are working in a hospital, small hospital, which is less than 100 bedded. So it must be more than 100 bedded if you are submitting your work experience. All right. So if you look at the map in details, you will find out how much nurses we have in not in India, but in Northeast. So it's just few amount. It's like 5,451 nurses only. And out of 5,451 nurses, how much are working abroad? Less than 5 or maybe 10. Very less. But if you will look at the figure of Kerala, can you see how much? Oh, I'm so poor in maths. I can't even read how much is that.
It's 1 lakh.
It's 1 lakh. See?
5,000.
It's 1 lakh 5,309. So that's the amount of nurses we have in Kerala. And out of 1 lakh, how much of them are working or even trying to move right now? All of them, to be honest, all of them. If you will come here in UK, there is a hub. I mean, 80% of nurses are here from Kerala, to be honest. But that much of nurses are here in India. So yeah, and I'll tell you my experience when I came here. I am the only nurse from the Northeast in my whole hospital. I don't have a single person. I thought, okay, leave Arunachal. I don't have anyone from Assam. I don't have anyone from Sikkim. I don't have anyone from Manipur. I don't have anyone from Nagaland. No one. It's just me. So you know how it feels. So I'm holding this session so that if you people are coming here, you won't feel isolated, just like how I did. So if we are familiar with each other, we can contact each other. We'll be in touch with each other. So yeah, that's the thing. Let's get back to our topic, which is, so you have your degree, you have your state registration, you have your experience certificate. All you have to do now is give your English language test. So there are 2 types of English language tests. One is IELTS and other one is OET. I gave OET, to be honest. IELTS was too vast for me. I chose OET because OET is occupational English test. It's mainly for the healthcare professional, from the doctors, from the nurses, from the dietitian, from the technician, everyone, the physiotherapists, everyone. So that's why I chose OET, because it's easier for me. It's basically everything you have to do as a nurse. So it was easy for me. So basically what is OET is that you have to give a proof that you can talk in English, you can communicate with other people here in English, you can read in English, and you can write in English. So these are the 4 criteria. If you can read it says reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So that are the 4 stations in OET. Score is different for each country. I'm going to tell the score for UK because I'm only familiar with UK, but there's not much difference in other countries. I know the scores for other countries. If you people are interested, I can tell you later in the Q&A as well. For UK, the scoring is like A, B, C, and D. So for UK, you have to get score B in reading, listening, and speaking. So you have to score B in these 3 stations, and in writing, they accept C+ as well. So B in the rest of the stations, but C+ in writing. That's the score for UK. And if you have scored this one, you can come to UK. I have taken online coaching from IILT Kottayam. It's somewhere in Kerala. So Kottayam, yeah, it was an online session. It was 20-hour classes that they gave me. And I have also given a Texas review, which is for the IELTS. It's one of the most renewed Coaching Institute, and we provided you some link from the YouTube that you can for the videos, and this videos actually really helped me throughout my OET process. So it's just a link, but still OET is very vast. I know you people might have really questioned like how to prepare it and how to give it and all those things, but we can discuss it later in the end of the session. And also if you want, I'll provide you my email ID later. You can mail me and I can give you the reading materials that I still have from the OET. Yeah, that's it. And so now what we have NMC. What is NMC? NMC is Nursing and Midwifery Council. Just like in India, we have INC, which is Indian Nursing Council, and all the nurses, no matter which state you are registered with, we all follow the guideline of INC. Same like that, NMC is Nursing and Midwifery Council in UK. So all the nurses in UK follow the NMC guidelines. That's what NMC is. NMC look after all the nurses here in UK. What you have to do now after you pass, so let's go step by step. So you have your documentation with you. We are supposing that you have cleared your OET already, okay? So now that you have cleared your OET, you have your OET score with you, what you have to do is now register yourself in NMC. NMC registration is very simple. There is a link, just open the link. They will ask you for your details, your name, your surname, your date of birth, and they will ask you to upload some documents. The documents include birth certificate, your 10th certificate, your 12th certificate, your state registration, your nursing degree or diploma, and your OET scorecard. That's what the NMC want when you are doing the registration. So once all the document is uploaded, you just have to submit a registration fee, which is around 10,000. And to remind you, all the money that you are using right now, the 10,000, the OET is around 30 to 35,000. The NMC registration is 10,000. Everything will be refunded once you move here in UK. So whenever you are doing the transaction, please keep in mind to keep the transaction record or the bills that they give you. So just keep it there. All you have to do is you have to come here, upload it in the site, and you will get the refund. So just keep in mind that when you are doing this process. Okay, all right. So moving on to the next slide. Now you have cleared your OET, you have done your NMC registration. Just remember, NMC registration takes time. It takes around 30 to 45 days minimum for the verification, because the NMC is going to verify each and every document that you have submitted, whether it's valid or not. So it will take around 30 to 45 days. Just be patient. It does take time. So OET cleared, NMC registration done. Suppose we got the verification already from the NMC. Now, the next thing you have to do is contact an agency. So what is agency? Agency are like consultancy. They are the mediators between you and the hospitals in the UK. These agencies are linked with various hospitals all over the UK. So they will help you. Now, from here, the agency will guide you throughout the whole process. What you have to do now is, I have given you name of 2 agencies that I consulted, and it's one of the best agency that I know till now. So all you have to do is you have to contact the agency and tell them that my name is Premila Paul. I have cleared my OET in this month. This is my score, and I am really willing to work in UK. I have also done my NMC, and I already got my NMC verification. That's all you have to send. And the agent will reply you back with, oh, can I get an updated CV and your OET scorecard and your NMC verification PIN as a proof that you have already registered yourself in NMC. That's all they will ask for. So in the mail, you send your OET card, your NMC verification, and your CV. So they will look at your CV and they will find a suitable hospital for you. Because in your CV, you will mention, oh, I have worked in an ICU. No, I have worked in a dialysis unit. I have worked there for last 3 years. I have worked there for last 4 years. So they will look at your CV and they will find a suitable hospital for you. So hospital who are recruiting dialysis nurses, hospital that are recruiting ICU nurses. That's what the agent will do. And once it's done, they will give you a list of hospital. It will approximately have like 10 to 20 hospitals that are recruiting nurses. At this time, I would suggest please do your own research. If you have 20 hospital, go through the hospital website, each and every hospital website, do your own research, see what the hospital is good for, whether it's good for your experience, how much are they paying. Almost every hospital pays the same amount, but still do your own research. Also check the location. What if you don't like very cold places? Like I don't like very, very cold places. So whatever you prefer. I don't like working in a countryside, so I choose London. So it's upon you, because the agent, they will try to give you the hospital that is available, but it's on you. If you say, no, I don't want to work here right now, maybe I can wait for few more days, 15 to 20 days, and see whether there is another vacancy in some other hospital. Because for me, they gave me a place called Doncaster. So Doncaster is like very far from London, very far. It's like 3 or 4 hours journey from London via train, and it's like a really cold place with lots of snowfall and everything. So I didn't like that place at all. When I did my own research, I told my agent, like, no, I think I prefer staying in London. Also, I like city life more than the countryside. So they will understand your problem. Though they will try to insist you that no, if you're working in a countryside, you will save a lot of money. But if it matters, you can stay in outside the London. You can work in a countryside. But for me, I was like, okay, I want to save money, but also I want to enjoy my life. So it's not like the country people are not enjoying their life. Okay, but what I wanted, I was honest with him. So I told him, like, I wanted to stay somewhere in the London, or I would prefer central London. And that's when he gave me a list of all the hospitals in the central London. And then I choose the hospital that I'm working right now. I'm working in St. Mary's Hospital, which is in central London, and it's a trauma hospital. So that's the thing. So, and after you choose your hospital, they will arrange an interview with the hospital. It can be an online and offline interview, but mostly it's online interview. So yeah, it will be from the hospital matron, or any hospital senior will take your interview. But don't worry about the interview, because the agent will send you a list of frequently asked questions in the interview. So they will prepare you well for the interview, because I didn't have any idea what questions they are going to ask, to be honest. But the agent, they gave me a list of questions that are asked frequently by the hospital, and they will ask you the very same questions. And don't worry thinking that, oh, I don't have much clinical knowledge, because they literally, what they ask in the interview is like, oh, what's your name, where you are working, how is the work environment here, how did you come to know about UK, and what you will do when you come to UK, how will you upgrade your skills, what you have thought about it. Very random questions, very, very random questions. So I would ask you not to stress yourself about the interview thing. So that's it for the agency. And once you appear your interview, the result will be out within 24 to 48 hours. That's the maximum time they take. Mostly for 24, they will reply you back that, oh, you have been selected in our hospital, and then within 24 hours you will get the result. All right. So now you have cleared your OET, NMC registration done. You have cleared your interview. The next thing you have to do is CBT. What is CBT? CBT stands for computer-based test. So this test is just to know your clinical knowledge. So this test contains 180 multiple choice questions, and you have 3 hours to complete this test. This test has two parts, part A and part B. Part A contains 180 clinical questions. It's just the question from your nursing year 1 to last year, very basic questions that you have done as a student. That's it. 180 questions, and you have to score at least 80% of it. And part B contains maths test. So when I came to know about CBT part 2, I was worried because I told you I'm so poor in maths. I'm like grade 1 maths student, to be honest. I'm that poor in maths. So when I came to know about part B, I was literally shocked because I was thinking, oh, maybe I won't be able to do this part. Maybe I have to, practice for 3 or 4 months to appear this exam, but it's nothing like that. It's like a very basic maths test. It's like you all are almost nurses, so I'm just giving you a basic example. It's like the patient has to be transfused 1,000 mils of normal saline in 5 hours. So at what rate should the saline be started? A very basic questions, right? That's that kind of question you will get in part B. So the only tricky part here is part B of the CBT has 15 questions, and out of 15 you have to score 14 to pass the exam. So it's like you can only make one mistake. If you do 2 mistakes, you are going to reappear it again. So that's the tricky part. But believe me, I have never in my life seen someone who failed their maths test in CBT. I mean, at least in my friend circle, I have never seen anyone who has failed their CBT in part B. So yeah, that's CBT. CBT contains part A, part B. Part A contains 180 questions, clinical questions, very simple, very easy. Part B contains maths test, which is 15 questions. You have to score 14, very basic math. And then as soon as you complete your exam, the result will be out at the very same time. It's online exam. Once you submit it, your result will be out. Believe me, CBT is 3 hours test, but it doesn't take 3 hours. For me, it took 45 minutes. And 45 minutes because I was taking my time to do the maths test. If you are good in maths, you will complete it within half an hour, believe me. The whole test, part A and part B, you will complete it within half an hour. It's not very, tough exam, to be honest. So yeah, that's it. So you have cleared your OET, you have done your NMC registration, you have cleared your interview, you have cleared your CBT. And everything is done, right? You have all the certificates and everything. Let's move to the next slide. So once everything is done, you have to send this record to your agent and tell him that I have cleared my OET, I have cleared my NMC, I have cleared my interview, I have cleared my CBT. What's the next process? And he will tell you the next process is to apply for your visa. Visa application is not really tricky. It's just like the agency will refer you to a visa agent. The visa agent will book an appointment for you in the embassy. So embassy, you got a date for your visa application. All you have to do is you have to collect all the documents. Don't worry about the documents. The agent will send you a list of documents that you need to bring. It's basically just your regular documentation, birth certificate, OET card, your degree, your diploma or degree, your state registration, your work experience, all these basic documents that you have to submit in the embassy to get your visa. It also contains some other documents that I'm going to discuss it with you, which is medical examination. So medical examination, you have to verify before you go to UK that you are medically fit to work there. And it includes blood tests, which is normal CBC, your renal profile, your liver function test, that's it. And then the other test is TB. TB is important Because if any one of you had a TB previously, just make sure, even if you have the scar for the TB, just make sure you have a proper document that you have taken that treatment, in which year you got the TB, which treatment you have taken, and how long was the treatment. So you have to submit all this proof that you have taken a proper treatment for the TB, and that it's not in an active phase, it's in a latent phase, and it has to be verified with any of the doctors. That's it. So yeah, and if you don't have TB, just do your TB test. They will just do an X-ray. They will verify that, and the same day they will verify that you are medically fit. You can collect the result in the same day itself. And just to remind you one thing, medical examination do take time when you are trying to take an appointment. The agency will tell you what. So for UK, there is only 3 hospitals that take medical examination. One hospital is in Delhi, the other one is in Mumbai, and the third one I think is in Bangalore. So only these 3 hospitals mainly do examinations for the people coming to the UK. So book an appointment. Appointment take times. It takes 45 to a month sometime to get an appointment for TB test and medical examination, because there are plenty of people in the queue for the examination. So just let the agency know, let the agent know, and then they will send you the link. Book your appointment. Once you have your TB test, you have your blood test, move to your police verification. I'm telling you this because your OET is valid for 2 years. Your NMC doesn't have any validity. Your interview passing thing doesn't have any validity. Your CBT has a validity of 2 years. Your medical verification is valid for a year, but your police verification is just valid for 6 months. So please be mindful that you do your police verification at the very end when you are trying to apply for your visa. It's just valid for 6 months. So now you have all the documents that you need. You have your medical examination report in your hand. You have your police verification in your hand. All you have to do now is go to the embassy and submit your documents. That's it. Once you submit your documents, they will do some biometrics, and they will ask you if you want your visa to be delivered to your temporary address, your permanent address, or you would like to come to the embassy and collect it. It depends on you. They delivered me to my home address because that's what I would prefer. So that's why they did. So yeah, just submit the submit the document, and the visa will take around 30 to 45 days. And then you will get the visa, collect your visa, inform your agent, and the agent will contact your hospital that Premila has got her visa already. And then the hospital will send you the flight tickets. That's it. That's the whole process. But here I would like to tell you about police verification. All right, because I struggled a lot with police verification. It's just not me, and my friends struggle with police verification. What is police verification? It's just a proof that you don't have any criminal records. That's it. And that you were living here, wherever you are working for last 6 months. That's the only thing the police has to verify. My Aadhaar card, my PAN card, everything is from Arunachal. But I was living in Delhi for last 4 years. So my passport was from Delhi, from my own rent house. And when I did police verification, I did it from Delhi. So they caused lots of trouble. When the police came, they were like, oh, your Aadhaar card and PAN card is from Arunachal, and your police verification, you want it from Delhi. It's not possible. But actually, there's nothing like that. It's possible. There's no problem. Actually, what they wanted was, to be honest, it was just money. They wanted me to bribe them. That's what they wanted. So they were causing me lots of trouble about it. I told them that I think the police verification is just for a proof that I don't have any criminal record. I don't think there is any relation between my Aadhaar card, my PAN card, or my passport. But they were still denying. They were like, "Okay, if you don't want it, we are going back." But I was really, worried. Like, this is the last stage, and I don't want to cause any trouble. And I bribed them. Okay, I gave 1,500 rupees to them so that they can tell my embassy that I don't have any criminal record. That's why I did, to be honest, because they were not listening. And if I booked another police verification, I had to go to Arunachal and did the police verification. It will take lots and lots of time. So I'll be honest, I took the shortcut and I did my own police verification with 1,500 rupees. And within 30 to 30, 40 days, the police verified and I got the police verification in my address. And that's why I would recommend you, if you people have time, because no one was there to tell me it happens. I was doing everything whatever knowledge I had, I was doing it on my own. No one told me that you will have a problem if you are doing police verification from here. No one was there, so I was completely blank, and that's why I did it. So that's why I'm recommending you people, if you are doing police verification, please do it from your own hometown. Please do it from your own hometown. It will take few days more, but it will be less hassle, because I struggle. I cried, literally, I cried for that, because that was the last thing that I had to go through, and the police are not doing that. So please, and you know how people are racist, I don't know, but people are racist. Like, no, not everyone. Some people in Delhi are racist. And when he came to know, oh, she's from Northeast, and I was living alone, and they were like, let's try to trouble her. Maybe she will be stressed and she will give money. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what I did. So please do it from your permanent home address. That will be really helpful for you as well. So once everything is done, submit everything to the embassy. Within 45 days, you will get your visa. Your agent will forward that visa to the hospital that you are going to work, and then the hospital will send you the flight tickets. And just to mind you, the flight ticket, they won't send it urgently. They do mass recruitment, so maybe they will wait for 10, 12, or 20 people to come together, and then they will send the flight ticket. So it might take you maybe a month or something to wait for the flight ticket, because I think I waited like around 45 days to get my flight tickets. So the whole process from being a Indian nurse to a UK nurse, it takes around 6, 7, or maybe 8 months. So you really have to be patient while doing this, because I appeared my OET in February, and at February end, I got my result. I started the whole process from March, and I think September, everything was clear. I got my visa on September, and then I had to wait till I had to wait till October to get my flight ticket. On October, I got my flight ticket, and my date of flying was November 18. So it takes time. I won't sugarcoat anything. It's difficult to wait when you left your job and you are living on your own. You don't have any income, and then you have to wait for so long for this process. So sometimes people might break down a little bit, but it's fine, because we are human. We have that nature, but it do take time. Just be patient. Just be really, really patient throughout the process. That's what I would suggest to you. Yeah. And then, yeah.
So, you were not working when you were doing this application. Like, is
Oh,
it
no, yeah. That's
okay,
what
anyway?
I think I skipped. Yeah. So, as I told you, it was difficult for me to leave my job, right? Because I was very comfortable there. So on January, I left my job on January 2022. So I did the whole process when I'm not I wasn't working. I'm not very good with double tasking. If I'm doing something, I just have to keep my focus there. So if you people are good with double tasking, you think that you can balance your work and the OET things together, it's good for you, because people do that. People clear their OET while working as well. If you can do it, that's great. But it wasn't possible for me. If I'm doing OET, I had to be focused on OET. So I left my job on January, and then I joined. I took coaching for 20 hours, and then I appeared my OET on February 5th of February, and I got the result at the end of February. So that's how I did it. In between, I tried to work. I thought there is like 6-7 months left. Let me work somewhere, because I didn't have anyone to finance me. So I thought maybe I should do a work in between. So I joined one of the hospital, but I had to appear CBT, and again for CBT I have to study a bit. So I didn't really continue working. I was completely unemployed throughout the process.
One last question. So
Yeah.
you mentioned about agency being involved in the entire process. Is there any part where they ask for money when they shouldn't be
Oh,
asking?
no. Yeah. So the agency takes zero charges. Don't ever even spend 1 rupee on the agency. Agency will do everything for free, because they are getting, for each person that they are bringing to the NHS, they are getting paid from the hospital or the NHS. So you don't really have to pay them anything. Everything is free with the agency. So zero charges from the agent, for the agent. Um, so one more thing, which is really important, if you people are not working in Delhi, you're working in some other state. NMC, when I told you about the NMC verification, right? So NMC verification, when they are doing the NMC verification, the UK people need to send a mail to your state nursing council. So I submitted my Delhi Nursing Council certificate. So they contacted Delhi Nursing Council to verify if this girl was working in Delhi Nursing Council and this hospital. So there is this is just a simple mail where they have to answer in yes or no. So my Delhi Nursing Council took a month to verify yes or no. So you have to chase them, you have to chase them, and you have to tell them that you people might have got a email from the NMC that my name, Premila Paul, has worked in it. Can you please verify it? You have to chase them, you have to call them regularly, and then they will verify. That's what happened to me with Delhi Nursing Council. So if you people are working in Arunachal or any other states, in Nagaland, in Manipur, in Assam, please be cautious about this. Please find out how your nursing council works, whether they are easy to verify those things, and how it is done, whether they do it online or whether they do it offline. Please, just do a research before you apply for the NMC, because your NMC will send a link to your state registration for verification. And if your state registration will take time, the whole process can get delayed. It can even take 2 to 3 months for the NMC verification. So just be cautious when you are doing the NMC verification about your state nursing council. Yeah. So it's the expenses that I had when I choose. I don't know if the OET examination fees has increased or not. The IELTS is around 13 to 15K still, I believe. OET is around 30K to 35K. NMC is 2 stages. Stage 2 is like the same thing where you have to do the verification. It's like 10K, 14K. I think the fees is still same. CBT will cost around 8,000 to 10,000. The medical test that you will do will cost around 2,000 to it will be under 2,000 to 3,000. So everything, English language test, NMC, CBT, all these tests you will get a online transcription, but the medical test will not be online. They will give you a bill, so please keep that bill, don't lose it, because when you come to UK you have to submit that paper bill here to get the refund. Even if it's 2,000, 3,000, doesn't matter, get your refund, because it's your money, you have invested your money. You want to work in NHS, but NHS want the nurses as well, right? So bring your bill, upload it here, and get your refund. Even everything that you have invested in yourself, get the refund. I got my refund within 3 months, um, because I was very late to apply it because I lost the sum of my medical test and these bills. But when I got it, I uploaded all together. And when you upload it, you will get the refund within 15 to 20 days. So yeah, please keep the bills. Yes. This is the minimum timing, I'm telling you. This is the minimum time of the days that it will take. It might take more than that if there is some problem with your documents or other verification. That's the minimum. I think it took me around 7 months for my whole process. So it's quite a bit long process. Some people even come here within 5 months, 6 months. So it totally depends on how the things work out, how the steps work out with you. That's it. So I have provided my Instagram and email ID. I'm active in both. So if you want to know something, please do mail me. Please send me a message. I can reply you whenever I'm free. Just to let you know, I work weekends. So I work mostly Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I'm free on the weekdays. So if I won't be able to reply you on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, please don't be worried. I'll reply you the very next day, because I'm mostly working on weekends and I don't really check my mails when I'm working. So maybe after a few days I can reply to your mail. Yeah, I think that's it. And also, I would really appreciate if you can do a bit feedback. It will take just 1 or 2 minutes, so that we can find out, what things we need to improve and what went wrong or maybe right. So just give a feedback. That's it. We can do a Q&A now. Just to be mindful, I am a UK nurse. I can tell you things about UK in detail. If you want to know about the other countries, I might tell you some of it, but I might not be able to tell you everything in details. And I'm not going to assume and tell you anything, but because that would be wrong. I don't want to give you any misinformation. If I have a doubt regarding something, I would prefer not to answer you right now. Maybe I can do some research and then tell you later about it. In the mail, you can mail me that I asked you this question. I haven't got any reply from you yet. And then I can mail you about the whole thing, how it can be done. Yeah. Okay. How socializing around family do you plan to come back to India in future? Yes, very nice question actually. Um, Social life as a nurse as an Indian nurse, especially as a Northeast Indian nurse, it's different. Okay, we are from India, but it's different from other India, because mostly we have South Indians here, and being a South Indian, they have their own community. Okay, and being a Northeast, I don't have any community. I'm on my own, so my social life is still happening because I have a friend here from Manipur, though she is working in a different trust in a countryside, but we do visit each other, we do spend time with each other. So it's a bit, sorry. So yeah, so we don't spend too much time with each other, but still we manage, and yeah, that's why. that's how I'm surviving here right now. And do I have any plan to come back in future? No, to be honest, not really. I'm not at all planning to come back. Um, Maybe when I get old, but not really planning right now. I'm very happy with how I am right now, how I'm living my life right now, how I am supporting my family back home. Believe me, 3 years when I worked in Apollo, I couldn't do anything for my family. But after coming here, I can do everything for my family. With everything, I can literally do everything, to be very honest. So yeah, I'm not planning really. I'm not planning to move to India anymore. And one more thing I forgot to tell you, which is very interesting thing actually. Um, we have a group here which is called as race and equality group. So all the minority races have formed that group. We belong to one of those groups. We have a representative from India, which is actually a South Indian nurse. So I was little concerned about it, and I told the leader that why do we only have a South Indian nurse? I am from Northeast. I need my own representative because we are completely different. We have different culture, and I would be honest with you. Okay, they don't involve me in some of the things when they do it. South Indian things they don't when they do it. They don't involve me. So I want my own representative. So my senior told me, why don't you become one of the representatives? I was happy with that. I said, I can represent Northeast. I don't have any problem. But the thing is, we don't have any Northeast people here. That's the problem. I would really appreciate if you people are interested, please come here, make your life better. I know you are living a good life here, but try to make it better if you want. And when I will join the community as a race and equality ambassador for the Northeast people, um, you people won't have any problem. I can assure you about that. The problem that I faced when I came here, I would not let you people face the same problem if you will move to UK. All right?
Premila,
Yeah?
maybe we can go with the questions that
Yes.
people sent us in the registration
all
form when
right.
they're registering. And
How-
then we can like come to the questions that people are also sharing in the chat so that we can.
Oh, the other question that the people shared earlier
Yeah.
before we started the.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
So maybe we can like address their questions first because they
Yeah,
sent
sure.
us first.
Yeah. And then the chat messages, right? Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm collecting the questions in the chat.
All right. How to clear OET? OET is an exam. How you clear your exam? That's the answer. How do you prepare for your exam? You have to study. You have to give you have to give yourself some time. That's how you prepare for any other exam. OET is same. And when I'm not exaggerating this thing, but Northeast people speak good English. Please be proud of yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. People from Northeast speak very good English. I know, I have met people. So don't underestimate thinking, oh, I have to speak very fluent English. No, nothing like that. Very basic English, very basic. Or you don't have to use those shashi tarur terms to speak in English. You don't have to do that. You just have to speak very simple English. So OET is what? Reading. Believe me, reading is your own practice. Read every day. Read books, read newspapers. Please read. That's the only thing you can do for reading. Believe me, you have to be really fast in exam when you are reading something. So practice it. Please read newspapers. Please read newspaper. It really helps a lot. And reading, you can gain the reading thing only by doing it yourself. I'll be really honest. I used to do reading. I used to read not much, but I used to read around 3 or 4 paragraphs a day, and I used to reread it all the time. And I used to check the timing. I would put a timer and check at what time did I complete it, and at what time completely understand at what time I completed. Please, that's how you learn, how you have to practice for OET. For speaking, please start speaking in English. Doesn't matter who will laugh at you. People might think, oh, she's being like, trying to extra Porsche, she's talking in English. Doesn't matter. Once you are in UK, laugh at them. Doesn't matter. They will laugh at you that time, you laugh at them later. Doesn't matter. So please speak in English with your friends, with your colleagues, and everyone. Please speak in English. So you have reading, you have to do in your own. Speaking, please speak with your fans. Writing takes a lot of time. If you are good in writing, plus point for you. I'm bad with writing. That's why I scored C plus in mine. It was C plus in my writing, because you need practice. Practice. What is there in OET writing is just the letters. The scenario will be like, you are a nurse working in a hospital. Please write a letter to a community health nurse saying that you are trying to transfer the patient, and this is the transfer details. This is the patient details. So as a nurse, you have to write a letter. How normally you write a letter to other people. Respected this. I'm trying to shift my patient from here to here. This is the patient details with a proper English. So that's what writing is all about. Writing is all about letter writing. Practice plenty of letter writing. I can send you some of my writings and my practice, how I did it. But it's all about your own practice, to be honest. And then the next thing is listening. Listening is the easiest part in OET. I did my own listening from YouTube channels that I have sent you the link. I have done all my listening from YouTube. It's very easy. Listen to it. It's like fill in the blanks. They will give you some seconds to fill in the blanks. You have to be really quick. And how to be quick? With practice. That's it. That's how you clear your OET. OET is all about practice. It's not a rocket science. It's just an English language test. Practice yourself up your OET. That's it. That's why I can see how to clear OET. Okay, how did you manage your finance to become an RN in UK? It was difficult, to be honest. When you don't have anyone to support you financially, it's difficult. I was working in Apollo Hospital. I worked there for 3 years. When you complete 1.5 years in Apollo, you get bonus. You get 50,000 bonus. And when you complete, and when there is festival like Diwali, you get bonuses as well. So it was good working in Apollo, to be honest, and because we used to get lots of bonuses. And then when I started, I used to work in COVID ICU as well. So I used to get 2,000 plus per shift that I'm working. So I think I saved a good amount of money while working in Apollo Hospital ICU, especially for the COVID, because we used to earn 2,000 extra every day. So I think I saved good amount of money at that time. Plus, we had provident fund schemes. So I think I saved around 1 lakh rupees with my provident fund. So that's how I managed my whole journey from India to being a UK RN. You don't really need too much money. And if you are having really lots of problems, some of my friends took loan to come in UK and loan to come in UK, and they repaid the loan within 2 months after coming to UK. That's how easy it is to repay them. She took 1 lakh loan from one of her family members, not from the bank. You can take it from the bank. I don't know the whole process, how to take it from the bank, but she took it from one of the family members, 1 lakh rupees, before she came to UK for the whole financing thing. And then I asked her at what time she repaid, and she said she repaid within 2 months. So that's how easy if you are taking money from anyone. So yeah, that's it. If you don't have provident fund, you don't get enough bonuses from your hospital. I know it's difficult because I worked there 3 years and then I collected this much amount of money. And if you're working as a fresher or you have just joined, it will be difficult. It do take a lot of time, and I would be really honest about it. That's why I told you that I was worried when I was leaving my job, because that's the whole sum of money that I have saved my whole life. What if I won't be able to pass my OET? I have to work for another 3 years to save some amount of money again, it, if it makes sense. So that's why I was more worried. So I think that's how I manage my finance. It differs from person to person. Some people have good finance. I mean, sometimes the parents support them as well. So it will be easier if the parents will support you and then you can repay them. But if you don't have, just manage it somehow if you could. Otherwise, you have to work for a couple of years and save some good amount of money. That's all I can say. And one more thing, don't worry about the money when you come here in UK thinking that, oh, I have to bring lots of money where I'm moving to UK. No. As soon as you come here, day one, they will give you an amount of £500. £500 is around 50,000 pounds in India. So as soon as you arrive to UK, on the day one, they will give you £500 so that you can manage 1 month till you get your salary. That's how they manage it for you here. Yeah, that's it. Let's move to the other question, which is, how long have you been working there and how's the working hours? I think I have discussed this question already, that I moved here on November 18, 2022. So I'm about to complete a year here now in UK. And the working hours, I have told you already, it's 37.5 hours plus 20 additional if you want to. You work only 3 to 4 days. I have told you approx salary. I earn more than 10 to 11 times what I used to work back, how much I used to work back, how much I used to get paid back home. I think that question is clear, I guess. Yeah. Can I choose to focus on a specific area within nursing? Yes, that's what we discussed earlier. There are various nursing here. It's like vascular. I told you about the vascular. I told you about the tissue viability, pain nurse, spinal nurse. Don't stress too much over this thing, because once you come here, you will figure it out within 6 months what you want to do, and then you can choose your own specialty, to be honest. So don't stress too much on thinking right now, thinking about, oh, I don't know about any specialty, what I have to do in UK. Don't stress yourself about this. Come to UK, stay here for 6 months, find your own pay, do things in your own pace. That's what I would suggest you. Main important thing for you now is actually clearing your OET and doing all the visa process and documentations. That's the main process. Once you're here, everything is very easy. You spend 6 months, you'll figure it out things yourself, and you can do it all yourself. That's it. How to expand my skill as a nurse? How I expanded my skill. I work, so India has different accreditation, right? So NABH, I have worked in NABH hospital because I used to work there as a student, and then I worked in JCI, which is Joint Commission International. I have worked in a hospital which has international standard before, so it was not difficult for me it was not very new. Things were not very new to me when I moved to UK. If you are working in a JCI hospital, you can really upgrade your skill. I'll be honest with you. There are equipments that we handle there are in an international level. You can develop lots of skills there. And I'll just give you one simple example, which is, if you people know what is CRRT. So CRRT stands for continuous renal replacement therapy. So you might have seen the big machines, big dialysis machine, not the sled, the big dialysis machine called as the Prismasol, which is used for continuous renal replacement therapy. So when I was working in India, we had a technician who used to look after that machine. We nurses were not allowed to touch that machine. We were only allowed to change the bags that was there. Apart from that, we were not allowed to use anything in that machine. And I used to be curious about it. I wanted to learn this skill, how to operate this machine. But in India, we were not allowed to do that. So when I moved here in UK, oh my God, you can completely do everything in that machine. You can start the machine, you can operate the machine, you can end the treatment, everything. Once you come here, within 3 to 4 months, they will give you various trainings and various skills. So you can gain those skills when you come here. It's very nice. Now I was curious back home, but now I can start my own CRRT. I can use my own machine. I can know how to operate. I can know what to do when there is a troubleshoot. Because back home, when the machine was troubleshooting, I had to call a technician. I had to call technician and say, the machine is bleeping and I don't know what's wrong. That's why I used to say to the technician, to be honest. But here, when I see the machine is blinking, oh, I know what's wrong. What's troubleshooting? I know. So that's the difference. Once you come here, you get all the skills that back home, you were like not even allowed to do that. So that's how you develop your skill here, to be honest. They will give you lots of classes as well, so don't have to stress over it. How big is the opportunity in nursing? Nursing opportunity is very big. You all know about it. How much scarcity we have for the nurses, even in India, same in the UK. Because UK, you know that there is lots of variety, right? Various field of nurses. So everyone is leaving that side and doing their own, something easier. So that's why they are leaving bedside nurses, and we are so short of bedside nurses. So lots of opportunity right here. And if you are here as a bedside nurse, even if they're having short staff, they won't ask you, even if you want to leave bedside nursing, they will never force you to stay. Never. You can choose whatever field you want. So opportunities, plenty of opportunities. What does the scope look for the male nurses? Back home, when I used to work, the male and female ratio of nurses was 30-70. So male 30, female 70. But here it's 50-50. So it's a good scope for male nurses as well if you want to come here. Yeah. How are people's attitudes towards nursing, India and UK? People's attitude, very different, very positive here. I don't know how you people experience back home, but where I used to work, the patient will call you even to get a remote from a table to their bed spaces. That's how it was. They used to think, nurses are someone who are just working, just following the orders from the doctors. We didn't have our own individual role. That's what I felt. Okay, I don't know about others' experience. What I felt was they used to look at us like, okay, she's only following what the doctor said. She doesn't really know anything. If we give our opinion, they were like, oh, maybe she doesn't really know anything. Maybe I should ask the doctor about it. That's how the nursing is in India, to be honest. They'll be like, they don't trust us even if we do something. So I don't know about you people. I'm sorry if I'm saying something wrong, if you people have never experienced such things. But what I have experienced is that even if we do something, they'll be like, oh, well, let's wait for the doctors and then see whether this is wrong or right. That's how the nursing was in India. But here, no one wait for the doctor. Believe me when I say, you people might think that I'm exaggerating the things, but no one wait for the doctor. Everyone wait for the nurses here, that they will do it. They know how to do it. They will do it. They have been in the bedside for longer than the doctors, and they know what they are doing. And believe me when I say, people are so lovely here. The patients are so good. I think I used to love nursing. It's not that I never hated nursing as a profession, but I love it more when I'm here in UK. The people are so lovely. You will get difficult patient everywhere. It's not like, everyone is good. Getting a difficult patient is very normal thing in nursing. But there is a difference between difficult patient and there is a difference between rude patients. Okay, so rude, I don't think you will get anyone here. You can get difficult patient, but people are lovely there. They really appreciate your work. They will they will be so nice. I can't even tell you how much nice these people are. And I mean, I don't know if you will take it as a joke, but I used to discuss it with my friends that are this the Britishers who ruled us, because they are lovely people. I don't think they can rule anyone. That's what I used to think, because they are lovely. These people are very lovely. They will appreciate for everything you do. If you are taking care of them, you know, they will use such kind words that you will feel like, oh, maybe I'm doing a good thing here, and maybe I choose nursing as a profession. That was a very good decision. I still think about it when I take care of such patients, but back home, never. I never thought of something like that, to be honest. So yeah, that's it. And now let's discuss about how your views change about nursing before starting nursing. So that's what I discussed already, right? Nursing in India. I don't know, but you people will be literally bullied if you are working as a fresher in India. The senior nurses will literally bully you and they will be like, oh, you don't know this? What did you study in your nursing college? Like, nursing college is completely different than a hospital thing. Nursing college, we do things in dummy. We are not doing it in a real patient. They are not even giving us a proper, practical thing. So it doesn't matter if I have done it in my college life. If I'm new here, you are the senior and you are responsible you are responsible to teach me this thing, right? But people will be bullied and they will, pass some comments on you if you are not able to cope up with the things. But here, I came here, things were new for me. I have worked in medical and surgical unit. I have never worked in a trauma ICU. I have zero knowledge about trauma. Zero. When I say zero, completely zero. So when I came here, I saw patients with ICPs spiking, and I'm like, what is even ICP? I have never looked after a patient with ICP. I don't know what is ICP, but they were like, and I told them, I'm very afraid to look after such patients because I've never been. They were like, don't worry. Some senior, when you are new here, some senior will be here to guide you. And they literally do that. If you are working in a bed one, in bed two, they will assign a senior nurse with you. And the senior nurse will literally teach you each and everything. They are so supportive. And when you are doing something good, they will really appreciate you for that. Really, the nurses here are very good, very supportive. So that's how my view changed about the nursing. Yeah.
Maybe I think the question is more about like when you were starting to study nursing.
When I started towards, just a second, you changed towards nursing before you started nursing and now where you are. Oh, yeah. I think I said this thing that I had no idea what I'm doing. When I joined, I told you I was poor in math. That's why I chose nursing. I tried to skip math, but I didn't know that nurses do drug calculations. And I was like, no, you have to do drug calculation for patient. And if you missed it, you are gone, right? So even now, I am so bad. I still still do double chore when I calculate my patient's drug dose. So that's what. So when I started nursing, I was blank. I didn't know what was happening. First year, I was completely blank. I didn't know what I'm doing. I didn't even know that will I be able to complete my nursing. I was shocked when I chose nursing. When they started clinical, I was blank. I was thinking maybe I should leave this profession, but I stayed there. I don't know how, but I stayed there. And yeah, I completed my degree. As soon as I completed my degree, I joined Apollo Hospital. Within 6 months, I was about to leave the hospital because I was literally so terrified of everything. But still, being a middle class family, I think if people are from middle class family, you can't really leave a job me, I don't even have any extra talent to do it. You know, people are talented in other thing. I didn't have, apart from nursing, I think I didn't have anything to do. I was like, no, it doesn't matter. 6 months you have survived. Survive for another 6 months. Just do it. And I just went with the flow, and I worked for literally 3 years. And you know, from being a terrified girl as a student and being a terrified um, staff nurse at the beginning, when I think about me now, no, I think I have overcome everything, and it takes some time, but you know, it changes time. It will change within some time. I think that's will be the suitable answer for that. Yeah. So, how's your experience of adapting to a new culture, working with diverse patient population? What in culture shock? The only thing I would describe with this question is as culture shock. Culture shock, because in India, we'll be like, oh, there is a visitor of the patient, and we know it's wife. Okay, but here you can't assume it. I literally did a mistake here. When my patient was quite old, he was like in his 50s and 60s, and someone came, and they were kissing each other, and I literally said, oh, it was lovely meeting your wife. Okay, I assume, okay, they are kissing each other, they might be husband and wife, and I assume, oh, that was lovely meeting your wife. And he was like, no, she's not my wife. And I was like, okay, what did I just say? And you have to apologize at the same time if you are doing something like that. So I apologized, and I said, I'm so sorry that I assumed something like that. And he was cool. He was like, no, it's fine, it's okay, but please don't do something like that if you are moving to UK or something. Don't assume anyone's relationship. They are completely different from what we have back home in India. Their cultures are different. Also, there are patients, I don't know if you people know about Jehovah's Witness. So there are patients who are called as Jehovah's Witness. They have some culture belief that they don't take blood transfusions, no matter if they are in the verge of dying, but they won't take any blood transfusion from any other patient or any other people. So be mindful when you are looking after patient with different culture. Try to know what are their do's and don'ts before you make your own assumption. So that's what I would suggest, and that's what, you know, a culture shock for me when I came here. But other than that, nursing things, the nursing here, everything is same here. There's no much difference, to be honest. Can you give me some suggestion of the courses if I want to do via online here in India? So does it mean I would, so the person who asked this question can speak with me, right? Yeah?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So the person who asked this question can speak to me now. So does it mean the courses regarding the nursing courses via online that you can do while living in India? Is she here?
I am not quite sure who posted the question, but probably he or she is asking about India because they say here in India.
I don't really think you can do it because I haven't come across such thing. But if there is, I would let you know, because according to me, I don't think there is such course that you can do it online, via online, especially for nursing. I don't know about the other courses. Maybe other courses you can do it, but about nursing, I don't think there is any course that you can do it online, especially when you are living in India and doing it from the UK. No, I don't believe you have such courses.
I think the second question is kind of related to that, like as
As
far
far as I know, online course of I mean mind to sharp your skill in particular such a like doctor. Oh no, don't stress yourself in sharpening your skills. Um, Dumi, can you speak to me? Dumi, do does it mean that you want to sharpen your skill before you move to UK, or is it like you want to work in India and only sharpen your skill?
You can also type on the chat if you're not comfortable speaking.
Yeah, if you are not comfortable speaking, can you type it? If do you want to sharpen your skill just to work in India, or you want to sharpen skills so that you can move to UK, because that's two different things. Mm, she is not answering. Either one, like in specifics, pediatrics, scrub nursing. So in India, there is, I think what I know is in India, there is only one course that I know, which is ACLS and BLS that you can do to develop a skill. But apart from that, I don't think you have any particular thing for pediatric or being a scrub nursing. I think you can only develop the skill by working on those areas. For example, want to know more about peds, go to a pediatric ICU, learn from there. You want to know about more scrub, go to the theaters, work in the theater. I think that's how the people gain their knowledge if they want to do something. Apart from that, I don't think there is any particular, apart from ACLS and BLS, I don't think there is anything other that you can do to sharpen your skill. Just work in the either in the peds or scrub if you want to do. No, you can't do it. Even in UK, if you're working as a nurse, you can't do it online. It's all offline. You can't do it online. I'm sorry.
Is it because there's no courses available, or is it due to
In
lack of
India, I hardly believe there is any courses like that. And in UK, you can only do it when you are working as a nurse here, and then you want to upgrade yourself to PED, you can take the courses, and the hospital can fund you for that. But apart from that, if you want to do it, you can still do it in UK, but it will cost your own money. But you have to be here. You can't do it from India.
So
Is
maybe
that-
we can move to the next question.
Yeah, we can move to the next question. As far as I know, online course for nursing is not. Yeah, that's true. That's what we all discussed, right? It's not approved yet. So, and it's difficult to do some course when you are in nursing field online, to be honest. They want to do everything offline as much as possible. Yeah. How is it different from India hospital? I mean, the working environment. Does it need more skills or experience? Yes, you do need a bit more skills and experience to work here in UK, but don't stress yourself like, I have to develop this skill before moving to UK. No, once you arrive here, they will help you. They will give you a good amount of classes to develop your skills. So don't stress yourself. But to be honest, I will highly recommend you to work in a good hospital. And with good hospital, I mean hospital which has good equipment and a good standard of practice, so that you can learn your skills. I worked in Apollo Hospital ICU, and I would be honest, when I came to UK, I didn't struggle. I didn't struggle with CRRTs because I had idea, and they gave me provided me the information how to do it. I had idea, they gave me some information. I didn't struggle. I didn't struggle with ventilators because ventilators are common. I have used plenty of ventilators in ICU, so I didn't have any problem with ICU ventilators. Syringe pumps, infusion pumps, feeding pumps, all these various equipments that we use in ICU. Everything is same here. So what I had in Apollo, everything is same here. So I didn't really struggle. So I would suggest you work 6 months in a hospital, a good standard of care, and then you won't struggle when you come here. Yeah, if that makes sense. Whoever asked this question, if you want to ask something more.
I think we can move to the next question then.
Do hospitals shelter you? Yes, they do, because they know you are new here. They won't just leave you on your own. So as soon as you come here, I'm living in a hospital accommodation right now. I haven't changed. It depends upon you if you want to live in accommodation, because accommodations are shared accommodation. So you will have like 3 roommates, and the 3 roommates will share one kitchen. So it's like, you have to share your kitchen with other roommates. But if you feel like, no, I don't want to stay here, you can change your accommodation anytime you feel like. You can change into a rent. But cost of living is so high that people prefer to stay in accommodation, because accommodation they provide are really cheap compared to the other accommodation that you will try to find on your own. So people prefer to stay here in the accommodation, but it totally depends on you. After 6 months, if you think, oh, I have saved enough money, I think I can live on my own because I don't want to share kitchen with people, you can move on your own accommodation. But yes, they do provide accommodation for you. Don't worry about that. Accommodation along with your beddings, your blankets, bed sheets, pillows, table, chair, everything. Don't worry about that. What would you suggest from your own experience working abroad after MSc nursing? Would you have been working? How long have you been working? So I told you I've been working for own personal room. Yes, own personal room. Own personal room with my own. I'm not sharing my room with anyone. They do respect privacy. So yes, I have my own room. What would you suggest as your experience working abroad after MSc? I have a really bad news for MSc grade nurses. That the UK, the MSc, the Indian MSc degree is not really valid here. Not really. You have to come and do a double degree. So I'm sorry, but that's how it is. They do appreciate diploma degrees in BSc, but if you have masters, you might have to come here and do double degree for at least, I think it's for 8 months or something. I'm not sure, 8 to 9 months. You have to do a double degree for MSc if you want to do, you want to do and work as an educator here or increase your band. So you have to do a 9 months course because they don't take MSc grade nurses from India. Sorry.
I have a new question, even though I'm
Yeah.
not from medical background. So,
Mhm.
in order to do MSc, you should have done BSc, no? So why is it
Yes.
difficult for an MSc people to get a job there? Because they've already done BSc and then MSc.
Yeah, that's what the difference is, that they will accept you with the BSc. I have many seniors here who came after the MSc, but they will accept only your BSc. I think if you will go to the what was that NMC website, they have certain rules and regulation what they accept and they don't. So I'm not really, I haven't read the whole thing, but there is some rules and regulation why they don't take MSc nurses. Also because they have to pay the MSc nurses more, and they don't, the different pay scales for masters get paid more than the BSc. So maybe when they are bringing a nurse new, a fresh nurse from the India, they don't want to pay them a very good amount of money maybe. So they just want to pay them the basic that everyone is starting from. But as soon as you complete your masters in UK, I think yeah, they will upgrade your salary as well. I think there is some question. Then how about MSc with 2 years of clinical experience? Same, to be honest, same. That doesn't matter, clinical experience or whatever experience. MSc is still same for them. Though you have a merit, which is like you just have to do as soon as you come here, you can apply for the course. That's easy for you. But because you have done your MSc, you have a good amount of clinical experience, it will be easier for you. So You can, if I am a BSc grade nurse, if I'm here, I have to work for at least 1 year if I want to apply for a course. But if you are here, you have already done your MSc, it will be much easier for you to apply for a course, because they know that you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have the experience, and they will be, they will be helping you out with it much easier than actually the nurses who have just done the BSc. That's what I'll suggest. Yeah. I think that's it for for this question. Some cons. The weather. Who doesn't like cold weather? Be honest. See, people don't like cold weather. Winter is freezing here. You would literally not feel like leaving your bed. Sometimes I cry myself when I'm trying to work in winter. It started already. It's really difficult. And when it's snowfall, you're literally sliding down the roads. So it's very difficult to work in winter. But apart from that, the other cons will be cultural difference. Culture difference, yeah. But culture difference doesn't take time. Within 5 to 6 months, you will get adapted. So it will be fine. Other than that, don't think that I'm trying to be, but I literally don't think about anything else other than that. I'll be honest.
Maybe one thing could be that you are away from your family. And
Yes. That can be one. But I haven't been. I think when I was working in Apollo, I went home after 3 years. So I don't visit home very frequently. I do talk with them time to time. My parents understand me really well that, I'm living far, and I tell them that, oh, I won't be visiting you frequently. So, but I do talk with them every day. So I do miss home. Everyone miss home. Even if you are from Arunachal and you are staying in Delhi, you miss home, right? And I'm staying in London. It's even if I miss home, even if I'm homesick, I can't go home, right? That's the difference. So yeah, that's one of the cons. If you are in Delhi, you can go to Arunachal and meet your parents. But if you are in London, you have to think maybe 10 times before you book a flight to go home. So yeah, family, emotional, things. That is one of the cons. And especially for the Northeast nurses, if you are here, you will feel isolated here sometimes, You'll feel like, oh, no one is here. And believe me, the people and their interests are really different from what we have, what our interest is, especially mine. I don't know about you, but so I feel a bit isolated. That's why I do retail therapy. When I feel bored, I go out, I shop so that I can, I don't keep my mind empty. Otherwise, I will have lots of, bad thoughts. So I keep myself busy. I go for retail therapies, and it really helps. And I think that's how you cope up. Gracefully answered. Thank you. So how and where we do the OET. I have given you the link already, and also I have given you some of the coaching institute name. But if you really want more institute, you want to know, I have the number of some of my tutors as well. I have their number. So if you want their number, you want your own personal tutor, please mail me. I can give you the name of, I have list of coaching institute that you can take your coaching. Some of them, it's not only in Kerala. I have done it in Kerala though, but there are plenty of coaching institute in Delhi as well. I'm not sure whether there is in Assam, Guwahati. I'm not sure, but there are plenty of coaching institute in Delhi, Kerala, Bangalore, many cities. And if you don't prefer, you don't think that you can go to the Delhi to take coaching, please take it online, doesn't matter. And don't think that online classes is like this, that there are 5-10 peoples along. No, it's one-to-one online classes. It will be just you and your teacher. no one else. It's very easy. It's very nice. They will clear all your doubts, and you won't even hesitate if you have some doubts. You can ask them, and it's an individual class, and it's really nice. They are really supportive. So please reach out to me. Please reach out to me if you have any doubts regarding OET. You want to know which coaching is good. You want to know which teacher is good. Please do let me know. Yes, I have done my online coaching for OET from IILT Kottayam. If you can see it, it's just the first one. IILT stands for International Institute of Language and Training. So it's in Kottayam because it's in Kerala. They do provide online classes for the students in India. And I have done my coaching from IILT. They are really good, really, really good. And if you are doing from IILT, they have their own YouTube channel as well. They upload everything in YouTube as well. So I would recommend you IILT. For nursing competitive exams, what kind of competitive exam are you talking about? If you're talking about India, I have no idea. I'm so sorry, because the only exam that I appeared in India was for AIMS. The AIMS, the hospital AIMS, the government hospital AIMS. That was the only exam that I appeared, and I failed miserably there. I failed. And I was thinking, no, I think maybe I'm not meant for a government job. That's why I choose to be. Yeah, NORCET. I appeared NORCET. On 2021. I appeared NORCET and I failed. So please don't ask me any suggestion for NORCET. Though one of my friends, we studied in the same college. One of my friend is a NORCET tutor. So if you want, can you please send me a mail? I will link you with my friend. He is a NORCET trainer, and I think he can train you well for NORCET. If that makes sense, yeah, all right. Is there any other questions? Any other question? Please leave it in the chat box.
If not, I think we have come to the end of our session for today.
Yeah, and I hope it was helpful for you people. Though I might not have explained you everything in details, but I would highly appreciate if you people can reach out to me. Please mail me. As I told you, I work weekends. I can reply to you on weekdays. Please ask me anything you want, because when I was when I was preparing for UK, no one was there to clear my doubts, and I struggled a lot. But I don't want you people to struggle. Just let me know if you're struggling with anything. I will help you as much as possible. All right. And please do remember to do the feedback. It will be really appreciated. And even in future, we can hold such sessions for other people as well. Yeah.
So everyone, thank you so much for participating in today's event and being such a wonderful audience. So if you'd like to be notified and stay updated with the next event, join our WhatsApp group. The link is in the chat. And we will see you guys in the next event soon.
Bye. Take care, everyone.